My guest today, as I mentioned, is staying with us for the entire series, and he has expertise and backgrounds in areas of research, microbiology, medical science, and nutrition. And today we're talking about the role of cancer in our society and what chlorella can do to inhibit the growth of cancer cells. We've learned how it has the ability to actually stimulate interferon production, gamma interferon, TNF cells, and CGF, all having that ability to increase the production of gamma interferon, tumor necrosis factor, TNF, and interleukins as well. All of that working really synergistically to try and inhibit the growth of chlorella in the long term. What do we know about the role that this has? How effective is the progression of these three elements in terms of fighting off cancer? Is that our best option, Dr. Haresh?
Yeah, basically the best three options that you need, to fight off cancer cells is you need good production of gamma interferon, tumor necrosis factor, and also interleukins. So because all of these three will subsequently work on the natural killer cells. So these are actually your main components of your immune system that actually fight off the cancer cells at the initial stages.
It's helping your body do what it was meant to do anyway.
Yes.
Just making it a bit more effective to do that. Let's talk a little bit as well about the antioxidant component of chlorella. It's been shown to have high antioxidant activity compared to other microalgae. Why is this important in the management of chlorella? Rather, the management of cancer, I should say.
Yeah, because normally when in cancer, normally the levels of free radicals are very high. Now basically in cancer prevention I'm talking about. So what is important now, free radicals can do a lot of havoc in our body.
Yes.
Now one of the effects of free radical is transformation of normal cells to pre-cancer cells. So when a person's body has got sufficient amount of antioxidants, this transformation cannot take place. Because the antioxidant, which is the antidote to the free radicals, will always make sure that the levels of free radicals are always under control. Now we must always understand that anyone who is alive out there has to have some amount of free radical production in the body. Now what is important is to have a low level of free radical production. Now one way to make sure that the free radical is under control is by making sure that you have got enough of antioxidant in your body. Now antioxidants will neutralize the excess free radicals. Now once your free radicals levels are low, there is a very less chance or less frequency for the normal cells to be transformed into pre-cancer cells.
I see. So how do we know? I mean, a lot of people try and measure the antioxidant level. It's very hard to gauge, really, isn't it?
Exactly. There are quite a number of
some of them only measure keratin. Let's say.
Some of them measure only keratin. There's one where it measures your urine, takes your urine sample. Now that actually measures the amount of malone dialdehyde. Now when your urine has got very high levels of malone dialdehyde, MDA, that shows that your free radical level in your body is very, very high. Now what free radical can do is actually it will damage the DNA. It will go and attack the DNA of the normal cell. And remember, the cell is most susceptible during cell division, because that's where the DNA is replicating, and it's very smart. It attacks the DNA
at that point.
At that point, when DNA is damaged and the DNA tries to repair, and when the repairing is not done correctly, the cell is transformed to a pre-cancer cell. So the DNA is very susceptible during cell division, and the free radical will attack the DNA. So one way, if your body has enough of antioxidants, the DNA and the cell is protected
at that stage, especially.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Let's talk a little bit more about the role of the nutrients that are found in chlorella. It's abundant in several nutrients. We talked about this in previous editions of Body and Soul as well. Can that play an important role in cancer prevention?
Yes. Chlorella has got an array. Now the most important thing as far as antioxidant is concerned, of course there's a lot of vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients in chlorella. That's definite.
Sure.
But the most important thing here, it is lots of vitamin A and beta carotene, which is an antioxidant. Besides that, it also has got lots of vitamin C and vitamin E and the trace element selenium. Now selenium is a very important element which is needed to make our natural antioxidants. We need selenium. So deficiency to selenium can lead to a lot of other problems in the body. Now at the same time, chlorella is alkaline in nature. So as I told in my previous interviews, so that because it is alkaline in nature, it will reduce the acidity in the body. And all these diseases, lifestyle diseases, diabetes, cancer, they are all about acidic bodies.
Yep, they've often been linked to acidosis in the body as well. Well, I want to find out more about what role we can play in cancer prevention. We continue on our Chlorella Health series on Body and Soul just ahead on 938 Live. Stay with us. Welcome back to Body and Soul on 938 Live. My guest on the program today, Associate Professor Haresh Kumar Kantilal from the Faculty of Medicine at Masa University College in KL, Malaysia. It's our health series on Chlorella. We're wrapping up our discussion now, and it's really chock full of important information on cancer prevention, helping you understand how it really is working at a cellular level, what is happening in your cells, and why cancer is so dangerous, of course, and what can be done at that cellular level to hopefully try and prevent cancer development. Let's find out more right now. Dr. Haresh, talk to me about something known as albumin levels. What are they and how does Chlorella affect that?
Albumin is actually a protein which is found in the human's blood. Okay, albumin, we have got this protein in the human blood known as albumin. Now, a study published in Japan, okay, back in 1992, showed that Chlorella actually increases the counts of red blood cells, white blood cells, platelet, and also albumin. Okay, now albumin is quite very vital at this point because studies have shown that most cancer patients, they have decreased levels of albumin. Okay, and once you can raise the albumin levels, okay, of course one way is by consuming Chlorella. Once you can raise the albumin levels, okay, this can both prevent cancerous changes and also extend the lifespan of human cells.
Really?
So albumin is really important.
But the decline over time? The production of this?
No. Basically, what happens if you have a constant consumption, okay, of good enough adequate nutrition, okay, your body will be able to sustain the production of albumin.
Right, so the more unhealthy your diet and lifestyle?
Yes, adequate nutrition is very important here, balanced nutrition.
So how does Chlorella impact that development then?
So basically, once in people with precancerous, okay, because there's a cancer prevention here, once the albumin levels are sufficient. So albumin is the main transport system, okay, as we know, okay, it carries vitamin, minerals, fatty acids, okay, and all substances throughout the body. Okay, one more important job of albumin is actually to carry toxins away from cells into the liver, okay, where they are broken down and eventually excreted from the body. So just imagine if the person's body doesn't have enough of albumin, all these toxins will be lingering around.
They can't be transported to the liver.
Yeah, it can't be transported to the liver. It can't be cannot go through detoxification. So once there is not enough of albumin, they will linger around. There'll be damage in the kidneys, liver. The immune system won't be functioning well due to the acid build-up, due to the toxin build-up. Okay. So once albumin levels are sufficient, all of this junk, okay, all of these toxins will be removed, okay, and be excreted from the body. Okay. Now studies have shown that a low albumin level. Now some people go for medical checkup and they suddenly realize that, oops, my albumin levels are very low. Now that is quite serious because when albumin levels are low, there is a marker for serious illnesses such as cancer, okay, or even heart diseases.
So this is something that is often highlighted on blood tests?
Yes, albumin levels are normally part of the blood test. Okay, they are very important. Okay, so normally when the albumin level drops, okay, people get very concerned. Why is the albumin level dropping?
Okay, so ordinarily, how do people boost these levels? Is it really about certain foods?
Yeah, basically albumin levels, the best way to anything that has a lot of chlorophyll, okay, they have shown that a lot of greens, fruits and vegetables, basically is one of the way, okay, to boost the albumin levels, okay, to healthy levels.
Okay, and we're definitely not eating enough of that, unfortunately.
Yes, basically most human beings do not consume the 5 to 9 servings of
and that's like the
vegetables.
minimum even.
Yeah, even they hardly crawl to reach 5. Okay, and now WHO is really raised up to 9 to 13 servings. I think there's no way, man. Okay, because 5 to 9 servings is so difficult.
Yeah. So that's why something like Chlorella can really play such an important role in reaching those levels. Finally, just to end us off actually, Dr. Haresh, have there been several studies trying to explore the impact that Chlorella can have on cancer?
Basically, there's one study which involved mice which were given Chlorella prior to transplantation of the mammary carcinoma. Okay, the results was a 70% 60-day survival of the Chlorella group versus no survival. So basically, what happens here is the mice that were given chlorella, there were two groups of mice. One given chlorella, one not given chlorella. The mice, both of them were transplanted with cancer cells. Now what happened is the mice that were given chlorella, were fed with chlorella, okay, could survive, could fight off the cancer cells, okay, when they were transplanted with the cancer cells.
A little bit longer.
A little bit longer, 70% more, compared to the mice that did not receive any chlorella at all. Okay, so this shows that chlorella can help. Okay, it can help. It has got anti-cancer or cancer prevention properties. Okay, it has got cancer prevention properties. Another one was a study done on the Medical College of Virginia, where 15 cancer patients were administered 20 grams of chlorella. Okay, and what they found out that there was a significant increase in the health and also the immune status of those patients who were given chlorella as compared to those who were not given chlorella. Okay, so basically when cancer patients are given chlorella, they actually respond better, because one of the effects of chemotherapy is they become very weak, okay, and they cannot eat sometimes, okay, they cannot eat due to the side effects of the drugs. So what we can actually do is, because the chlorella is it's a superfood, so by eating a bit, your body receives quite a bit of nutrient. Okay, quite a bit of nutrients, basically all vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients. Okay. So one of the after effects of chemotherapy is they cannot eat. The appetite is suppressed. So by giving this kind of superfood, one part is taken care of, which is their nutrition levels.
Well, that is good to know indeed. We've learned quite a bit today about cancer prevention. Thank you so much to our guest, Associate Professor Haresh Kumar Kantilal from the Faculty of Medicine at Masa University College in KL, Malaysia. This edition and ongoing series on Body and Soul is brought to you by abeilledor Chlorella. For more information, please call 6339-5045. That's 6339-5045. I'm Daniel Martin. Thanks for joining me here on 938 Live.